So I just looked up Peter Gabriel songs so we could better make jokes and puns about Dylan Gabriel. In Your Eyes, Sledgehammer. Nah, I think we're just going to stick with Peter Frampton. Ooh, baby, I love your way. Anyways, something I do not love every day is the Vikings offensive line, notably the center situation. So many injuries. Hopefully, people return, which would be nice after the bye. But Ryan Kelly, second concussion in 3 games, 5 documented for his career. How many undocumented concussions do you think he's had? All right, so something that he should seriously consider. Well, if he does return, wear a guardian cap. And also, I don't know, maybe you should just hang it up. I mean, life is it's a long, long life, man. It's more than just football. Be there for your family. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Also, you got Michael Jurgens, who has a sleeve on his leg, apparently. Now, all right, so maybe it's a lotion incident. I don't know. But Kevin Seifert, ESPN, who's not Carl Gershman. Beautiful practice, blah, blah, blah. Michael Jurgens wasn't practicing, had a sleeve on his left leg. There's too early to note Jurgens' prognosis, but Blake Brandel has been slated to start at left guard. So Brandel has to play center on Sunday. The Vikings will be down to center. No, this is like a robot on Star Wars. C3, LG3, RT2. That's actually pretty close, right? Also, Kevin Conley did note after his press conference that the hope is to get Jurgens back on the practice field by Friday. And as we always say, take Wednesday practice with a grain of salt, even in this unique situation. So maybe it's a spot where this is just an abundance of caution with Jurgens, but I don't know. This does remind you of the Chris Reed situation. All right, so Chris Reed, Mankato State University Community College. And he, in 2022, Bradbury got hurt with that back injury. Austin Schlutman broke his leg, I believe. And then Chris Reed had to come in week 17 against the Packers to snap. He literally could not shotgun snap. That's a concern because there's only so much practice time in the day. And if you haven't been practicing center exchange as well as shotgun snaps, it's not good. He did play fine week 18. And then Bradbury did return for the wild card game, which we lost against the stupid Giants. Yeah. But center is going to be important because not just one-on-one, but also calling out protections against these monsters. So Mason Graham looks pretty damn good. Malik Collins, the veterans, having a nice renaissance here. Myles Garrett, of course, is an alien. Now, Garrett's considered day-to-day. He's playing on Sunday, right? Also, got Shelby Harris, who I always wanted Shelby Harris. Like when he was with Seattle or Denver, I thought that he was massively underrated. So they can get after things on the interior. And also, I mean, if you're Myles Garrett, I would seriously. Why is he listed at right defensive end? No, that makes sense. Sorry, I still have T.J. Watt on the brain, but with the Viking soft interior, and you have an absolute dude at left tackle in Christian Darrisaw, wouldn't you move Myles Garrett around and have him sugar in the A and B gaps quite a bit? Yes, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Now, Brandel's in right now at left guard for Donovan Jackson until he gets back from his wrist injury. Brandel was the Viking starting left guard last season, so I prefer to keep him there. Also, the fact that Brandel has zero goose egg. D'Angelo Russell center snaps in the NFL in preseason, back in college at Oregon State. I don't know, maybe didn't even play center in high school. It's a distinct possibility. So Brandel at center doesn't seem like much of a plan, right? Then you got Henry Bird, who's on the practice squad, obviously someone who they'd like a lot. Now, Bird had 8 center preseason snaps in 2024, none of them at Princeton. But if the Vikings are hell-bent on having Brandel be at center, it's possible Henry Bird could be in left guard. Then you have Jumpin' Joe Huber, preseason superstar, made the 53-man roster. He actually had 16 snaps at center at Wisconsin last year after he transferred from Cincinnati. Also in training camp, he was taking a couple snaps with Max Brosmer, so that's something to monitor. And then also on the practice squad, you have Vershawn Lee, who was a UDFA out of South Carolina, actually joined the 90-man roster late, but he scratched and clawed out at practice squad spots. So, I mean, there's options, but it's game freaking 5, and we're all these various machinations and combinations of offensive line. Now we're just saying, where can we move Blake Brandel? How can we keep Justin School off the field? This is massively frustrating, but this could all just snap back into focus after the bye. And, Ryan Kelly, who knows? Brian O'Neill, who knows? But Jackson will be back week 7 against the Eagles, and maybe we'll finally get some decent footing. Plus, it's not a realm possibility that Jurgens practices on Friday and plays on Sunday, which, Jurgens has had his ups and downs, but I think overall it's fared pretty well for a backup center. So please, for the love of everything that's holy, please do not let this reign of terror just completely rain down from the A and B gaps. Can we please just get some semblance of a competent and coherent offensive line so we can limp into the bye, we can get healed up, so we can get revved up, ready to go afterwards, man. Okay. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Jurgens maybe out. Got a wrap on his left leg. Great. Let us know. Comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull, production value.